Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I am your host, Quentin Edmonds, and you know how I do. Just call me Q. And today I am joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, my friend here, Hugh Carnahan, who's been making serious moves. Like, I like this guy is dominating real estate. Like, he is a master operator, helping business owners build wealth. And I am so happy he's here, and he's going to tell you more about just how he does that within his market. So, Hugh, man, I'm so glad to have you here, brother. How are you feeling this morning? Well, not this morning, this afternoon.
I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me on, Quentin. This is awesome. I'm excited to be on the Investor Fuel podcast.
Absolutely, man. I think our listeners are really going to take away a good something from your approach and the way that you are out here helping business owners. And so I just want to dive right into it. So first off, if people who may not know you, may not be familiar with your world, give us a short version of what is your main focus these days.
So I'm in business and I'm in real estate. So that's kind of the Venn diagram of the two. I'm an operations overlord, and I'm a master of operations. It's my strong suit. It's what I used to do. So I applied that to real estate. I ended up retiring, a millionaire in 15 months, scaled from 0 to 200 doors in 20 months. And I think it's been about a few years, and we're at $40 million, no syndications, that's all owned internally using predominantly the BRRRR strategy. So what I do now is I'm effectively retired because of real estate, and I just help business owners and friends help fix their businesses and then invest to build generational wealth. Just because so many business owners out there, they need that help. They don't know what they don't know. They're putting so much out there, and a lot of people don't have anything. If they quit today, hopefully they have a paid off house, and they put their kids through college and got a minivan and a pickup. But a lot of people don't have the way to walk away from their business, and they're just crushing it. So trying to get the word out and helping those folks out. So that's what I do daily with the Business Wealth Blueprint.
I love it, man. Hey, what markets are you operating in?
So for on the real estate side, it's pretty much in the Midwest. We've extended it out to Kansas in the past. We are in Missouri, like 99.9% in Missouri, but we're observing maybe moving into Dallas or maybe some Texas markets. Biggest thing for us is we focus on value add. So buy something crummy, fix it up, right? We're going to force the appreciation. We don't care what the market's doing. We're going to go buy something that's underperforming or it's distressed, and we're going to we're going to buy a crack house and we're going to flip it. That's what we're going to do. But we flip and hold.
Yeah. Now, I love that, man. I love that. I think what I really, really love is how you your heart and passion about building wealth for these business owners, making sure that they are in a better position when it comes to their family, right? So when things happen, they got a place to pivot, right? Because we never know how things are going to go, right? And so you are positioning people to be in a better circumstance when life happens, right? And so that's, for
Right.
me, that's a beautiful thing, brother.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. So many business owners, they're just like, hey, I'm, Bill's Pizza, and Bill's crushing it. He's putting in 100-hour weeks and dealing with employee problems, and the inventory, expires on the shelf and in the fridge, and been doing that for 10 years, 20 years. And then he looks back and it's like, okay, well, Bill can't step away from his business. He's still got to put in the 100-hour weeks. So to turn it on its head, real estate's super basic. You can get into it. You don't need money. People think you do. You can figure it out. And then let's say just every year he buys a duplex or a fourplex or a 10plex or something. Boom. 10 years go by, he bought a duplex every year. He's got 20 units. Yeah. Bill's pizza place can burn down and Bill's set because he's got 20 things that'll pay for him indefinitely. And so that's kind of what we're talking about. How do you make the pizza place make money and then do real estate on the side? Just keep doing our day job good, and we'll invest that into real estate.
Absolutely, man. I love it. That can't be easy in this climate. And I love the fact that you're finding these dilapidated places. Like, listen, it's dilapidated, but we're going to build this thing out. We're going to get this thing rocking up and looking good. And we're going to help people, business owners, build their wealth. So I know that can be arduous at times, but what keeps like that machine kind of running smoothly? What keeps you running smoothly and always ready to go after it?
You're asking me what keeps me doing that?
Yeah. What keeps you, your business, your operation running smoothly?
Man. My back end is something called 2-second lean. That's the basis of it. We kind of built a framework, and it's taken, there's nothing new under the sun. So I'm taking and combining a whole bunch of stuff. So on the business front, I'm using my operations background, which is basically 2-second lean. It's a free book out there on YouTube, 4 hours long, changed my life. I've made millions and millions of dollars because of that book. There's a book called Profit First. And then we basically cobbled the basis of that together. And then I use a lot of basic real estate principles. So kind of like most business owners, just jack of all trades. The other thing too is business owners are perfectly set up to do this. I mean, they're perfectly set up. They're already in the community, right? My hypothetical example, Bill's Pizza. Bill's Pizza, there's a million Bill's Pizzas out there. And where does he live? He lives in his town. He's with the people. He's in the neighborhood. Bill's going to see different things, right? If you're at Bob's Plumbing, his guys are running routes to places that have problems. Bob's going to see something that's off market, or Bob might accidentally kill a deal and not even know it. And okay, so now Bob might be able to step in and buy that deal. So business owners are uniquely qualified because they're already in the community, and we have just, the skills, problem solving skills, because that's all we're doing every day. Yeah. So the problem solving skills plus the 2-second lean is how we run our operations. And then just being proactive, not being reactive. Most business owners are reactive. So we meet every day. It's super, super simple. We have a daily routine. All my companies, we meet 30 minutes in the morning. No one's allowed to do any work. You can only make your job easier, right?
Yeah.
If you're on a mobile site, you're running around, you're going to clean your truck. You're going to, check out, make sure all the tools are working. You're going to service those. You're going to make an improvement to fix what bugs them. That's taken. Then the next half hour is training. So we train every single day, just a little bit of training. And then the rest of the day is dedicated to the customers. So it's just like going to the gym. Don't go to the gym once and work out super hard and then expect to see change. Go to the gym, an hour a day or 30 minutes a day frequently. And that's really it. There's a basic routine. It lets us keep on track of things. Super simple. The communication between all the departments. We're very, very spread out. We're decentralized, and it really helps that communication side of things.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Absolutely. So this is what I said. This is what I surmise of what you said. How you keep yourself running smoothly. Education. I mean, you named some books out there. So educating yourself. You talked about consistency.
Yep.
You talked about building a routine. And number one thing for me in any relationship, business or personal, communication. And so these are some of the things that you hit on how to keep things running smoothly. So I love it, man.
100%. Actually, I'll take it one step further.
Please
we have a routine. Our routine is that we integrate education and communication every day. The end. If everybody just did that, right, I want to learn Spanish. All right, I'm going to do 15 minutes of Spanish every day. I still don't know Spanish, but they will if they did it.
There you go. Absolutely.
What people are going to prioritize, that's what they'll do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of hinted to this, so I'm going to ask this question. Of course, nothing runs smoothly. Things run smooth, but there are always moments kind of when things get real. Maybe a deal goes sideways, a time that you had to pivot fast. You mind sharing any kind of stories like that?
Oh, 100%. So, again, this is one of the reasons I love business owners. Business owners, their whole life is basically a giant toilet, and they're fighting fires all the time. Everything's always going wrong. So that stress that normal people have for oh my gosh, this deal's falling through. Business owners, that's just their everyday life, usually. So here's a recent story is, we had the steel tariffs come in 3 weeks ago. And we had one day, our supplier called us up and they said, if you don't lock in we're building a self-storage facility. If you don't lock in your building and you don't have a check to us by tomorrow morning, then we have to absorb the tariff cost. We have to pass this on to you. Your building's going to go from $100,000 to $125,000. Boom, overnight. And our contractor wouldn't have gotten the money. The manufacturer of the building wouldn't have gotten the money. The steel supplier wouldn't have gotten the money. It just went to the tariff. And so, that was a bad situation that could have been happening. But then being proactive instead of reactive, we saw it coming. We were prepared. And when that happened, we immediately took action. We went to our bank. We were able to borrow the money a little bit early. We bought that thing. We got him the check. I physically drove it 2.5 hours to the supplier and said, here's the money. Make sure that we get locked in. And that right there could have put us out of commission, right? It would have blew up the deal. Well, we got there. We locked in the price. We're set. Everyone else was like, oh, let's plan. Let's analysis paralysis. What should we do about this? Mm-hmm. I'm in front of them. I already did it. Then the tariff's now in place and it's not going away. That 50% tariff on steel, it's staying. So that's just one example of a deal about to implode, about to go south, and just using that, taking action is usually more important than what action you take. But if you take action consistently, then you get a good habit of oh, this is critical. We need to do this now versus not. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Being proactive, that's the kind of stuff people don't talk about, being proactive. Right. And honestly, that kind of would separate folks from just that kind of dabble from the ones who kind of stay in the game long term. Well, and it's
I'm a D student. I'm just a hillbilly from Missouri. we are often, we're not the most well-funded in the background. We're not the most educated. We just react faster than everybody else. We take action. We fail all the time too, right? I'm just a walking failure all the time. But we will take the action because I'd rather fail 5 times in a day trying to get to that deal And I'll when you fail, you're going to learn immediately why it went wrong, pivot, fail a little bit harder, pivot, fail, boom. All right, we got it done. All right, we locked that in today. Everybody else, they may or may not plan. They may be reactionary. They may plan too long. I got your deal. We consistently will dominate. We'll buy the deal. We'll take down the thing. We'll lock up deals, and then we'll do our due diligence because we already have in the contracts. We can walk away. But I got the deal off the market before, everyone else is doing the analyzing, and I'm not saying be stupid about things, but, we usually will win because we take action first, and the actions that we take are consistent, just like you were saying. And anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I'm probably going to butcher the quote, but it says success is not losing momentum after a failure. I'm probably butchering that a little bit, but failure is, if you're going to succeed, you're going to succeed because you failed. And you have to keep your momentum after the failure because success is right around the corner. And
100%.
so, and that's when you use that word consistency, that's a huge word. And you gotta continue to be consistent. Just because you failed does not mean that you will not succeed. Get back up and continue to be consistent. And so,
and I want to tie that right back to the habit that we were talking about a second ago.
Come on.
My companies, every morning we meet and we try something. They fail every day. Me and my guys, we fail every day. And because of that, they're building that critical thinking skill. Oh, I tried it. I failed. Hey, should we move this here? Should we move this cabinet there? Should we put this? Let's just pick it up and take it there. Let's just see. Oh, it won't fit because pipe's in the way. Oh, it won't fit because there's the gas line there. Well, we should figure that out. Now we found out right now instead of after, $2,000, 3 weeks of engineering plans, right?
Yeah. Man. Now, man, you want it, brother. You want it, man. I appreciate you, bro. Let me ask you this. What are you most focused on solving or scaling next? Like, what's the next goal for you?
Right now, we are, opportunities that we see right now. There's a lot of pain out there. Just tons of pain from the interest rates being so high for 2 years. Historically, when they came in and rose rates, it was the fastest they'd ever risen rates, I think, in history. And then it's been that way for 2 years. So it just caught everybody by surprise. Everyone's feeling it, business owners, but real estate. I mean, we live and die by interest rates, So right now, what we're looking at is actually, I think we're at the end of the pain cycle. I'm an optimist. I think that rates are going to come down. I think they're going to have to come down or else we're going to enter a major recession. Actually, we already feel it. We're in one, I think, but there's just so much pain. So right now, while rates are still high, I'm currently refinancing a lot of our stuff that has prepayment penalties, and we won't get those penalties while rates are high because they want the new rate. They want the money, the higher money. So I'm refinancing the penalty. So I get it penalty free into a floating interest rate so I can write it down. Then I'll refinance it back into long-term debt later. So that's the first thing. The other thing too is that there's a lot of sellers out there that have not been able to sell things, and their pain has been so high for so long that they're willing to come to the table and negotiate. When they first rose rates were the lowest they'd ever been in history for so long that everyone was just, everything. I own a 3.2. This house is worth $500,000. I'm not coming down on the price. Now all of a sudden, it's been 2 years. They haven't moved that house. You can come in and do it. you can come to the table. You can get really, really creative for negotiating. So we're looking at our debt. We're looking at anything that's a threat to us as far as bad debt. And we're cautiously looking at refinancing it. And also we're looking at buying. And we're buying on floating interest rates right now because rates are high, right? We're at 9 or 10% rates, or sorry, 8 or 9% rates here, my lender that I'm using. If we can buy high, but it's interest only and float that back down, we can buy stuff that other people are afraid to, because the rates with PITI don't make sense. But interest only, yeah, I'm not paying down the principal, but my tenants were going to pay it down anyways over time. But I'm going to be able to acquire it for, that lower price. When rates come down, I can just refinance and the deal will make sense. So I'm running the numbers at break even. What can I do? Can I sustain short-term pain? And, those operations, it's really scary out there. And it's been scary for so many investors and mom and pops that are looking to retire. We're able to take on stuff now. And so those are kind of opportunities we're looking at, is how can we solve someone else's problem by buying their thing? How do we solve our problem by buying it for cheaper? And then how do we, make it work? So,
yeah. That's big. That's big, especially again showing your proactive mindset. I ain't scared to buy while the rate's still high. I'm not scared to refinance. I'm talking refinance while the rate's still high, because you have a plan in place that's going to benefit you and going to help benefit others in the long run. So again, that's that kind of forward thinking. And so, and as you allude, exactly.
You get to go, hey, look, Mr. Seller, Mrs. Seller, I would love to buy your place for $1 million. I'd love to buy this strip mall for $1 million. But, look, it's $7,000. I can't make even the payment. I'll have to pay $800,000 or $750,000.
Yeah. I mean, that's big. And I think you kind of hit the nail on the head in a sense, because where I want to transition to, because your next move, and you're making moves, you're proactive, you're thinking ahead, and we know that the next move, it can either compound things or it can create chaos, kind of depending on how you play it. And so, I mean, I know a lot of people, they're listening to this and they're thinking hey, I'm early on my journey, I'm looking to level up, I'm looking to make some moves, and I think they can benefit from this. So I want to ask, when it comes to building relationships and growing your network, what's made the biggest difference for you?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be getting into real estate based masterminds and real estate based communities. Hanging out with people that have the mindset. One piece of advice that I ever got was take advice from people, but make sure, have they done it before? Have they taken advice? So many people, I mean, first off, one, those people can do it. So it's going to be 100% mindset thing. But if you're hanging out with your old high school friends, your old college buddies, and they're all still drinking on the weekends, and that's the only, as far, let's play video games, and that's all they can think about, then that's all you're going to be surrounded around. There's so much fear out there too, make sure when you're getting advice from people, have they done it before? Right. If you're going to want to be a UFC fighter, your mom might have your best interest, and you might hire a coach that has your best interest. Both of them have your best interest, but one of them's done it before and knows how to make you, you should take those advices very differently. So a lot of people give people advice. Oh, my Uncle Jim, I had real estate once and they couldn't do it, and it's just getting around the right people, listening to podcasts, right? Listen to Investor Fuel podcast. If you're a business owner, hop on, go over, listen to my podcast, listen to Bigger Pockets, get that information. The more information, is just, we're all normal people with normal stories, and we have extraordinary success,
Absolutely.
And for those who just starting out, I was just a guy working a W-2 job, 5 years ago, 2019, I was just me at a manufacturing job. Right. Yesterday we bought a trailer park. Last Tuesday we bought 2 apartment complexes for $1.6 million. And then earlier in the year, we bought another apartment complex for $1.2 million with zero money. And zero money out of our pocket. So we were able to do that. Actually, no, we got paid $104,000 when we quote bought that property. It's so you can do it. And also for the people, oh, I'm just trying to get started. You're going to hit that ceiling well before 10 units if you do single family houses. And you're going to immediately be like, wow, my return on investment's there, but my return on time isn't. I should go look at a 4-plex. I should go look at an 8-plex. You're going to get there so quickly. So just keep listening and taking action, but get around the people who've done it before, right? I try to get into rooms with 100 millionaires and 10 millionaires because they think differently than 1 millionaires. And you can grind your way to $1 million. That's easy, right? You just put the work in, but your systems will break. It's not the same when you get from, to go to 1 million to 10 million is completely different. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Now you can't fake that, man. Relationships are everything in a space like this. And so you hit the nail on the head. Get around the people who can help you catapult to the next level. So you're right on, man.
Help them out. When I was getting started, before I ever did anything, I went on, Bigger Pockets, and I created an event, and I started hosting Pints and Properties in our local area. There was not a place for local real estate investors to meet up. So one, if you're in, a major city, Houston or Kansas City or, Dallas, whatever, you're in California, there's 100%, there's real estate groups. So go hang out with those people. They're going to know your market, your area. Most real estate investors are super friendly and are willing to educate you, and they'll share all their contacts except for their contractor, probably.
Yeah,
with
that
you.
part, yeah.
And go hang out, mix. And then when you're studying, if you're just starting, I listened to every podcast. I read every real estate book. And when people were asking questions in the forum, I'd be like, hey, I've never done this, but this podcast said that they did this. Now you're providing that free value, right? I started hosting the meetups. Why? Because there wasn't one near me, right? And so, hey, who wants to get together? We're going to grab beers and we're going to talk about real estate. So now we did that. Well, guess what? Now I have all the investors are coming to me. I'm the one that's, quote, providing the service. I don't know what I'm doing. And when I started out, I didn't know anything. I academically knew it because I listened to podcasts like Investor Fuel, but I didn't, I didn't do it. Well, once I got around the
you wasn't applying it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then just doing their first deal. Once you do one, you're going to learn so much more. You're going to fail. Everything's going to go wrong. And then by the time you do your second deal, you're going to be like, okay, I got this. By the time you do your third deal, you'll be like, oh man, this is easy. Then you'll get bored. You're going to be like, I should go buy an 8-plex, right? It's very, very quick, very quick.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Listen, before we wrap, if someone wanted to reach out to you and connect with you or maybe collaborate or learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach out to you, man?
Yeah, I've got you can just type in HughCarnahan.com/let's connect. And it's got that on there. Actually, if you just Google HughCarnahan.com, it might pop up. And then I also have free resources for business owners and investors too. So it's HughCarnahan.com/resources, and it'll just take them right to it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, Hugh. I appreciate your story. I appreciate your perspective. We need more people in this space who are doing it the right way. And brother, you're doing it the right way. So thank you again for being here, brother.
Quentin, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And for those tuning in, if you got value from this, please make sure you subscribe. We have more conversations coming up with operators just like my friend Hugh Carnahan, who are out here building relationships and doing things the right way. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next episode. Y'all have a good one now.
Thanks again.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.